going on, Wrestling World? It's the Dirty Harry here. Haven't been around in a while just because there hasn't really been shit to really talk about in a long time, wrestling wise. I mean, I could come on here every week and I can rant like a lot of these guys do, but there's really no point. Like Spinner Net was saying, it's really not worth the stress of actually every time WWE or TNA fucks up to make a video about it. I mean, it's not really worth it. I made this video now just to really congratulate them on finally giving the ball to Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and Zack Ryder. You know, for all of us who watched the last 3 to 5 years of WWE, probably would have never saw that coming. So good on you, WWE. Good on you. And if D. Bryan and Ryder keep making you guys money, I don't see no reason why you guys shouldn't keep pushing them. It sucks Mark Henry's title reign came to an end. But overall, I want to talk about 2011 in review since we're at the end of the year. The Slammy Awards, for example. CM Punk won it, but who didn't see that one coming? Um, I really would like to say Mark Henry would have been my second guy to win it, to tell you the truth. Mark Henry really brought his A game this year. He made the world title mean something again. He really did. We haven't seen the world heavyweight title really mean something since back in the day when Triple H had it on Raw. Cody Rhodes is another guy. The IC title is actually worth something. Well, not really. I think a lot of people say that, but it's not really. It's not where it used to be. It's getting there, but it's not where it used to be. We need more serious IC title rivalries above all else. I remember back in the day, you had Val Venus and Kim Shamrock feuding over the IC title. And the IC title was the icing on the cake of the feud. But on the other side of the feud, you had Val Venus who was making sex tapes with Ken Shamrock's sister and broadcasting them on Raw. I mean, the little Jimmies aren't really gonna know what I'm talking about, but you can YouTube it. The IC title was 10 times better than it is now, but it's good to see that that's coming back. The Divas, we started off good with Karma this year, and then I guess somebody knocked her up. I was hoping they would make it Zack Ryder who did it, but they didn't. So somebody knocked her up. We started off good this year, but it's pretty much the status quo all over again with the Divas. And that's not saying they don't work hard. It's just a matter of they don't get the amount of time in the ring to put on an exciting match. Like the best Divas match I've ever seen would have to be Trish versus Lita, Monday Night Raw. It was the only main event that was a Divas match that I could ever recall ever seeing, but that match delivered because they had like 9 to 10 minutes to do it, not these 2 minute exhibition matches that the Divas have now, where you got Eve getting a roll up victory or the Bellas doing their twin magic and all that. We can't take the Divas division seriously if the bookers and WWE Creative aren't taking them seriously. Just go out there and you know I don't know, shake your ass for 2 seconds and get pinned. I mean, really. Let me see who else I want to talk about from 2011. CM Punk had the best year in 2011. I mean, on paper it looks like Del Rio did, but Punk ultimately had the best year. Why do I say that? Because Punk's the only reason I actually started watching again. To tell you the truth, I gave up on wrestling. I started to hate wrestling so fucking much. And Punk did his epic shoot promo, and once he won the title at Money in the Bank, oh my god, I fucking went crazy, man. As a Chicagoan, being from Chicago, just like, oh my fucking god, they really fucking did it. Um, Worst year. What wrestler had the worst year? Um, Other than people who got released and fired. Off the top of the head, I'd have to say I don't want to say Orton. Christian had the worst year out of everybody else. It started off good. They gave him a title for 3 seconds, and then they took it from him and turned him into a little whiny bitch heel, which is bullshit. You look at ECW, he was cocky, and that's how Christian needs to be. He doesn't need to be running around bitching and whining and complaining. He needs to be that cocky heel. When you got all the experience and all the years of experience he has, there's no reason for him to not be cocky. You know, John Morrison being released was probably sad moment for every Jomo fan, including myself. But I mean, personally, I hope he doesn't go to TNA. I'd rather see him in Ring of Honor, to tell you the truth, because TNA is nowhere near the way it used to be. Now, I mean, they're starting to rebuild. With a lot of people say they're downgrading by possibly giving the belt to Jeff Hardy, but I'm not gonna lie. Jeff Hardy's the only real reason I watch TNA now. So, I mean, if they can give it to him the right way, I don't see no reason to not give it to him. I mean, Bobby Roode puts on good matches and all that, but I don't know. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up with Hardy that I'm such a huge fucking Hardy fan. Regardless, Matt Hardy had a very terrible year too. I think if he killed himself tomorrow, no one would really give a fuck at this point. After his little fake suicide attempt earlier in this year, um, 2011. For everyone who fucking commented on the 22111 videos I made earlier in the year, I got one thing to say to you guys. Fuck you. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Some people comment on them in a good way, and some people comment on them just being ass clowns. Like it wasn't Sting. Kind of taunting. Yeah, motherfucker. I know it's not Sting, man. I see. He's not a WWE wrestler. I see it. So we don't need all that shit. That's a big fuck you to you though. But I do appreciate the comments though. Um, I'm gonna talk about the best YouTube wrestling channel of the year at the moment for me. Delaxy Man. I'm gonna have to give it to Delaxy Man. With the Wrestling Gurus is probably number two behind him. Delaxy Man, because him and the Wrestling Gurus, they've always been consistent with putting shit out. And Delaxy Man, he puts out more shit, but at the same time, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And so do the Wrestling Gurus. But Delaxy Man, if something happened, I wouldn't even have to watch Raw. I wouldn't have to watch SmackDown. I could just check his channel, and if something big happened, I would know about it. So I'd have to give it to Delaxy, man, because he puts out this stuff, and he puts it out so spontaneously. You expect when someone puts something out as spontaneously as he does, for it not to be as clear and cohesive, for it to come out a little fucked up in a way. But he's always on the ball with what he says about a lot of things. Um, The Rock, probably my most hated wrestler of the year, probably have to be The Rock. Don't get me wrong, I'm not no fucking, Cena fan or nothing like that. It's just when he came back and said he was never fucking leaving again, and he turned around and left again. I'm like, Rock, it's not like we didn't see that shit coming, but you shouldn't come back and say some shit like that, man. Get us all geeked and hyped up like, oh shit, it's going back the way it used to be, and then you just dip set it on us again to go make, Fast Five and now G.I. Joe Part 5 or whatever the fuck you're doing, you know. But whatever. Just don't job to Cena. That's my only request. I will forgive everything if you do not job to Cena at WrestleMania. Cause oh my god, I'm probably not gonna watch WWE for a fucking year if he jobs to Cena. At, oh my god, please don't let him job to Cena. Oh my god, I'll truly believe that the rapture actually happened back in May if he jobs to Cena. What the fuck? Oh my god, no job to Cena, right? But I digress. Um, Royal Rumble predictions. So who's gonna win the Royal Rumble this year? Personally, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't give a fuck about the Royal Rumble at all, to tell you the truth. Undertaker, who's he gonna face? I pray it's not Triple H because please don't give us Triple H again. WWE, please don't do it. I know y'all like to tease us, and I know there's technically no one in the back who, as a fan for such a long time, I can't think of anyone in the locker room or on the roster right now who I can take seriously facing the Undertaker, except Triple H. So in a way, it makes sense why they would do that. But at the same time, I'd much rather see HBK come out of retirement for another match because you got a hands down guarantee if HBK's having a match, it's gonna be a fucking classic. Triple H and Undertaker they did good in both their matches, but at the same time, I mean, I don't want to watch the Undertaker get owned. I'm sorry. He got owned most of that match with Triple H, and he made Triple H tap to the Hell's Gate and shit, and barely walked out the ring in the end. So I pray it's not Triple H. Give someone else a shot. Let us see a different match. Let them work with someone different. Is all I'm asking. But I don't know. Whatever puts asses in seats, right? WWE. Um, my favorite moment of the year. It'd have to be when I went to the live show in Yokohama. What was it? Earlier this month, actually. It was amazing. It was my first time at a WWE live event. I fucking went crazy. I felt like I was 5 years old all over again. I really did. When Punk came out, and oh my god. But the star of the night was The Miz, oddly enough, because he actually got on the mic and he was The Miz on the mic. So that's probably my favorite moment of the year. Japan really put it down. Y'all probably be surprised that the Japanese population knows how to chant "Cena sucks" as John Cena. But oh my God, it was amazing, an amazing live show. If you've never been to a WWE live show, I highly recommend that you go because it's a whole lot different than watching it on TV. You watch it on TV, you see shit coming from a mile away on TV, but at a live event, everything's shocking. It's like being it's a whole new experience when you see it live. That's all I can really say about it. It's hard to describe. It's like starting completely over as a wrestling fan. You don't see everything coming out. So go to a live event if you can, because they're fucking amazing. Sin Cara got busted for drugs. R-Truth and Evan Bourne got caught smoking spice. R-Truth was another guy who really stepped his game up this year. Edge retired. Oh my fucking god, which is probably a huge loss for wrestling in general because Edge has always been like in 2002. Edge is what CM Punk used to be. He was that guy who never won the strap, who could do it all. And then they finally pushed him in like '05, '06, and then they saw, oh shit, we've been fucking up all these years. It's about time we give him the strap. So Edge, we're gonna miss Edge in the ring so fucking much, especially as long as Cena's around. But 2011 was an if I could give it on a scale of 1 to 10 how good of a year it was for wrestling without CM Punk, I'd give it a 2. But because, CM Punk, I'd probably give it a 6.5. CM Punk was the IWC's dream this fucking year. With pipe bombing Triple H and everyone, it was crazy. And for all you fans who complain that the pipe bombs are old or whatnot, no, fuck you guys. It's not fucking old. You guys are just fucking. You guys love to watch Triple H. You guys love to watch Vince. You love to watch these guys get bullied with the pipe bombs. But when CM Punk's targeting someone else, Del Rio, whoever, you guys are like, oh, it's old because that's not who I want to see targeted. I want to see Triple H get pretty much ate up on the mic every fucking week by CM Punk. That's all it is for all these people bitching and whining that Punk needs to do something different. Nah, man, Punk's been doing him all these years. He needs to keep doing him. And if you don't like it, just do like all these other fans do, what they've been doing for the last since the dawn of time. Just turn your back on him. You know, it's what a lot of you guys do. And then you're gonna come back a year later when he does something. When he changes his hair or something. You guys are gonna come right back because Punk's good at what he does. So is D. Bryant, all these other guys. What brought them to the dance is what they need to keep doing. He don't need to dye his hair blonde. He don't need to do a hill, space, whatever, turn, whatever. Just keep doing what brought him to the dance. And pipe bombing people is what brought him to the dance. Being good on the mic and good in the ring. So he needs to keep doing that. Sheamus, please stop calling him the Great White. It is the most retarded nickname I have ever fucking heard. You may as well call Mark Henry the Great Black or something, or the Black Hole or some shit. Go back to calling him the Celtic Warrior. It sounded more badass. The Great White, it just sounds retarded to me. It really does. Um, Next year, I predict Sheamus and Barrett are gonna have a run with the championships. So don't be surprised if either of them win the Royal Rumble. Because Sheamus, it's about time he got some fucking gold again. Same with Barrett. Barrett never won the strap, but he's been doing good. If I could give a superstar of the year to anyone other than Punk, Randy Orton. So putting all over new talent instead of being Superman like he was in the beginning of the year. But that's all I got, guys. Stay safe. Happy holidays. Love y'all.